Season's greetings to you all from me, Stuart the Woolpatch, and yes, Producer Fizz in my ear. Good to see you all. And if you're new here, you'll see Producer Fizz in the chat too, moderating, checking us all, saying hello, putting links into whatever. Because Fizz, we do have some new people. In fact, we've got quite a fair few new people because we have gone over the 10k subscriber number. That's amazing, Fizz, isn't it? Love it. Fizz was telling me as the countdown was going down that our first live, which was that 2 and a bit years ago? We only had 5,000 subscribers, and now we're up to 10,000, which is great. But to be fair, we never really number crunch these things. It just sort of sits there in the corner, and then suddenly, oh, it's gone to 10,000. But it's nice to celebrate, which actually is kind of fitting because we are in, hence the picture at the back, we are in the 10th year of the shop existing. My teeth aren't in properly. Start again. 10 years of the shop in existence. 2016, I left teaching to start the wool shop, and here we are, 10 years on. It's amazing. So all the tens. But yes, if you're new here, welcome. You may be watching live, which is even more exciting because that's the beauty of live. In fact, it's exciting because looking through the chat, Daniel's in as well, who's managed to catch it live too. Brilliant. Love it. Love having you here. And that might be because we're doing it midweek. Normally, we do this on Sundays. And I was saying to Fizz just before we came on, I was like, this is weird. I've gone to work, come home, had dinner, and I'm broadcasting live in half an hour's time. So a quick dash into hair and makeup to talk to you all. So it's good to have your company, Daniel, live for us and looking at all the chat here. Lovely to see as we were doing the 4-minute countdown. Whitney is a new member and a channel member too. Hey, Whitney. That's Knit Wit Knit. Let's get her on the screen. Hey, Whitney. Great to have you here and be a channel member. Linda. Hey, Linda. Linda's a Friday Knit Natter and a Woolpatch channel member too. Looking forward to seeing you Friday for lots of Christmas. Everyone, I've just eaten far too much food already. This week is our last week at the shop before Christmas hollybobs. So all the Knit Natter groups, Wednesday morning, Wednesday afternoon, Thursday morning, they're all having Christmas nibbly snacks at the shop. Oof. I feel like that Dawn French Vicar of Dibley scene where she had all those Christmas dinners. Come Saturday, I'll be several kilograms heavier. Mary from Norfolk. Season's greetings to you. Has it got cold there with you? Did today. Puppers, hey, your puppers. You've got your knitting, got your coffee on, and oh, brilliant. See, and new people who have perhaps found us, me, us, you, through Game of Wool. We'll have a chat about that later. Fizz, remind me to talk about Game of Wool. My Pink Bathtub Diane. I think, Diane, if I remember rightly, you've come to us through Game of Wool with Lizzie and I. Good to see you here. Good to have your company. And you're currently working on your first pair of top-up socks. Ooh, good luck. I'm normally doing top-down. So that's a good one with that. Though saying that, there are plenty of experienced people here who've done loads of socks, so if you ever got a question, just chuck it in. Is Jimbo in? He might be hard at work, so he might not be here yet. Claudia, nice to see you. New subscriber. Are you from the Game of Wool? Let us know. And, Janina. And that's a new... I didn't press the button right. I love your logo. Is that the proper Yorkshire? That is, isn't it? The whole War of the Roses thing, isn't it? Good to have your company and welcome you here. Fizz has just told me Jimbo's in house as we speak. And Hazel, good to have your company, Hazel. Jan, woohoo, brilliant. I know, isn't it fab? Amazing. And it's just us. You just think about it. I said to Fizz, if you put all those 10,000 people into a stadium, that's quite scary, isn't it? I know not all 10,000 watch. Some are sewing bee people, so some of that 10,000 come back in March, April time. But we've certainly got a fair few hundred from Game of Wool. That's for sure. Emma's in. Hey, Emma. Good to... I know, 10K for 10 years. It's almost like that's planned, isn't it? Oh, hey, we've got lots of East Yorkshire. Hey, old tyke. All right. Wonderful to see so many people here. That is how you can... Well, it's glad to have your company. You'll get to see what the Woolpatch show is all about. We usually do it on a Sunday, but because Game of Wool have taken our slot from 8 till 9, Fizz and I said, well, let's just do some informal midweek ones. But I think it turns out that the informal ones, where it's perhaps just a bit turn up, have a chat, show a few things, might turn out to be better than the actual produced show. Well, look at that. Whitney was born in Norfolk, but the other Norfolk across... I know, absolutely. Fizz is saying, we've got to have some produced show ones. Absolutely, yeah. There's something nice about... what I like about the produced shows, and this is semi-produced, we've got some great clips to show you, is I feel... I am a YouTube fan and watch an awful lot of YouTube. And sometimes you are in that mood just to have someone in the background where you're not really paying attention to. But then sometimes, actually, I want to devote this hour and maybe watch someone live because you get some value out of it because you know it's prepared and you're going to get something. So that's why Fizz and I like doing the more produced show compared to a just sit and chat. There we are. Hey, Knit with Hannah. I've watched many of your YouTube tutorials, Hannah. Lovely to have your company here. Hannah says, got my knitting, Christmas gift. Oh, well, you've done well because you've still got a fair few days to go. Oh, one by one rib hat. Of course, that's some effort, that. Oh, and there he is there. Jimbo, is this the new handle thing with YouTube? It's all changed. I wasn't expecting that. Two mice? I don't know. Get on. But anyway. Oh, did you? Oh, Fizz is telling me off now. She knew that one. What he says. This is weird. It's showing my user ID wrong. I think. Okay, bear with me here. YouTube are rolling out, and they have done so for creators, they're rolling out the handle versus the ID. And I think the handle you can choose, and that appears in the chat. So I don't know whether I think you could change your handle and you could choose your handle. I think someone might be able to help me out on that. Karen, hey Karen, football is on the TV, so it's perfect for me having you. Great, though we are going to be talking about football a little later on. Hope that doesn't put you off. Not that I'm a football lover, but that's a wink, wink. it's a little bit, absolutely. So if you're not too sure about your handles, see now Whitney's changed. Oh, Whitney's changed it. That's brilliant. Whitney Knitwit Yarns. So blend my name in with my handle. Oh, I see. There we go. Great. So what we got? So in this hour, we will talk about the window display. Got to be done. We've got several videos to show you. I love it. I went through a little sort of meltdown period last Saturday. The Knit and Natter's in. Curly Sue was in, and Lynn and Jimbo was there, and I just didn't think we were it was going to get anywhere, because wonderful James had made our, like he did last year, he made our frame for the bottles to go on. Well, he's done the same this year, and it was a round base with a long bit in it, because we needed to create a cone tree. Let me go to, this was our concept, everyone. So this was what I wanted to do for the Christmas window. And I saw this online. I was like, oh, I love that. How do they do that? But we found a pattern on Ravelry, and we were able to go, oh, I see. Very cleverly done. So that was the concept. And I'm like, right, okay, that's going to be our window project, 6-inch squares. And we tasked you that challenge at the beginning of the month. And boy, did you come up trumps. All our knitter natterers and UK people came up trumps. And I know some of you in America, Whitney, you would have done had we've got a PO box address and price and given you more time. But we asked you to make 6-inch squares, and you make it into this. Now, it's very cleverly done. It's according to your circumference, though, as your tree. So you've got to try and get that right. But it's done in lines, would you believe? You have 3, then you have 5, then you have 7. So you can see the pyramid shape forming. Then you have 7, then you have 11, then you have 13 and 15. So it's done like that. And you think, how is this going to work? How is this going to end up looking like that? Which is almost diagonal. But the clever stuff comes when you move it. And so when you take that line and join it, it's not going like that. In essence, it goes down and round, and then it... Oh, how's my hands go? No, I can't do it. It's like this. Oh, that zigzag. So you seam it up at the back with a zigzag, and then it creates the slant. But we were marathon sewing together. So the Knitter Natter groups during the week, so Thursday afternoon, were sewing the squares together. And then Friday, Knitter Natter groups were sewing the lines together. And then Saturday, I was putting chicken wire and all sorts to try and get the cone around James's frame. And then Annabelle and I were just sewing up the zigzag bit, and then patching it round where we were trying to fill it and shape it at the bottom. And it got to one point where I just thought, this is just not going to work. I've a rubbish idea. It's gone wrong. But sometimes with that, you have to go through, when you're working on a project, you have to kind of work through that. Well, we did. And the display was finished Wednesday, and it looks fabulous. So we've got a video of the finished tree, but more importantly, we've got the video of your finished squares. Now, can you remember what we did with the chickens? We had the chickens on a little turntable, and we filmed every single one of them. Well, I've done the same with your squares, but not on a turntable because we were just looking straight down. So I want to spend a couple of minutes just celebrating all the work and creativity that went into these squares, because all I asked was for you to make 6-inch squares. You could crochet them, you could knit them, you could use a design, you could have stocking stitch, you could do borders, you could do cables and whatnot. And what was wonderful was seeing what you all created. So we're now going to celebrate that with the first lot of squares. These squares that you're going to see now are the squares that our Knitter Natter groups at the shop and people who perhaps live in the village have made. These pre-records are only about a minute long, okay? So first of all, let's take a look at the magnificent squares from everyone at our Knitter Natter groups. How lovely is that? I've got Fizz in my ear going, oh, that's a nice one. Oh, look at that. Isn't it brilliant? Absolutely brilliant. So thank you, Knit and Natterers. Jimbo, did you see yours? Jenny, did you see yours too? There were so many with the Knit and Natterers. I couldn't name them all. I wanted to make sure I got the UK ones who were sending me them by post properly noted down and written, because obviously when the Knit and Natterers were making them, I could say to them to their face, "Oh, thanks very much." But they were wonderful. And Fizz was just saying, was it mostly crochet? But no, there's a great mix. So yes, really pleased. Now, as I was that pre-record was going on, I was just looking through. Whitney, don't worry. She says, "I'm so sorry. Between downsizing skills and costs from US, no, you're not fail at all. Absolutely not. Sadly, it's just the price of posting, isn't it? And me getting my act together, because we should have really started it in November. But you know what it's like. Suddenly, it's like, oh, Christmas is here. And when you think about it, this time next week, or Fizz has just said, this year has gone fast. I know. Can you believe it? This time next week, it's Christmas Eve. It's 7:45 here in the UK. Oh no, my clock stopped. It's 8:15. Christmas Eve. I'm normally in bed by 9. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, brilliant. I know, Whitney, we will, and we'll talk about that, because the big display next year is going to be smell the peanut butter. The mouthful of peanut butter's just gone everywhere. Yes. Do you know Hannah? Hannah says we need a time lapse of you sewing them all together. I took the camera with me to film that Saturday, because it started off with nothing, with just this frame that Jane's built. And then I just got into it, and I got to the end of the day and I completely forgot to set the thing up. What a YouTube vlogger I am. Missed opportunity. Don't they look great, Daniel? They do look great. Oh, hey, Mrs. Beattie. Great to see you here. I know. And I know we will talk about Game of Wool later on. There is so much talent. Even if that program irritates you, or you're like, no, I'm not watching it, you still can't miss the talent of those the contestants, knitters and crocheters. And that's why I love doing these projects, because, and like the gallery, on a normal Woolpatch show, we have at 8:30, we normally have the gallery, where we just show off everything you've made, because as adults, we're a bit rubbish at that, aren't we? We're not very good at blowing our own trumpets. It's just something that we just stop doing from when we leave school. Whereas the teacher in me always wants to praise and show off work and go, yeah, that looks great. So that's why we love the gallery here, and we can't wait for it to come back when we're back into our usual slot. Because you get to see work, you get to be inspired, you get to go, oh, I like that. And Fizz, what did you say during that? You said you wanted to do something. What was that you said? I can't remember now. During the squares. Oh no, you said you wanted to buy something. Well, that's always... Oh, right. Oh, she said she was asked one of the Knit and Natter ladies to knit her a sweater. Well, Fizz, you can. You can ask Irene. Look. Irene has knitted this for me, which we could talk about. Because this was in an old magazine. Oh, well, look at him. I mean, he's a bit of a dish anyway. So what often happens at the Knit and Natters during the day is they'll bring in stuff. They'll be like, oh, I've got loads of pattern books lying around, commercial ones. We're not sharing, posh ones that you've bought online and given to someone else. These things. So what's this? And they'll bring them in because they've been sat, in the magazine rack for years. Look, this is Simply Knitting. No idea when it was. 2023. been sitting in someone's house, and they bring them in and they just leave them in the middle and say, have a look through. Well, one Friday, I was like sat with the Knit and Natterers and I thought, I'll have a look through. There's very rarely anything ever in these commercial ones. The Knitter magazine, maybe, tends to have more stuff for men. But I thought I'd have a look through because, as you do, you take a lot from the front cover, even though I know you're not supposed to judge a book. But hey, and look, and there he was there, look. And I was like, focus on me. What's going on? There we go. And I saw that and went, oh my Lord. So it's called Into the Blue. And Fizz can't put a link in for this because it only exists in the magazine. Unless you search. Oh, you could do, Fizz. You could search Pat Mencini in Ravelry. P-A-T for Pat. And then Mencini, it's Italiano. Menchini, and it's called Into the Blue, Fizz. And there. And it was knit and double knit. So I was like, Irene, this is perfect to have a shop sample showing off the wool, and I get to have a new vest top. And it's the shop sample. It's the she says she's found it. And it's a vest top, Into the Blue. That's it. Oh, I didn't know that. She just said you could even make it as a sweater too. But this is a new yarn in stock here at the shop. If you're big fans of the West Yorkshire Spinners, you might already know. Let's go to Desk Cam. There it is. Let's go that way. There it is, Morris. And I was very excited about this. If you've watched the Woolpatch show, you'll know in March there is a huge, Europe's biggest wool, or yarn should I say, and fabric trade show in Cologne. Oh my God, it's huge. That was my third year of going, and it's when you get to see all the new autumn and winter stuff from the yarn companies. So I saw this in March and knew it wasn't going to be released till September. It's like, oh, I want it now. But look, it's beautiful. It's called Morris. It's all based on William Morris's work and colours of the Victorian period. And this is pomegranate. Beautiful colour. It's the in colour of the season. It's that Bordeaux, Merlot, dark red. But look at it. And what I like about the West Yorkshire Spinners, this is a high-end one. It's not like Colour Lab, which is 100% wool. But this Pat Mencini, this pattern, patterned by Pat, was actually done, which is why I got really excited, is it was knitted in the West Yorkshire Spinners Colour Lab, which I love, and I stock it in my shop. So I thought, well, it's going to be perfect for the Morris. And I have done the medium size. So if you're interested in sizing, 40 to 42, the actual size supposed to be 44, but I'm a 42-inch chest, and there's very little ease there. There is a little bit, but I wouldn't say 2 inches. But it's a beautiful pattern with a lovely mixture of, let's go back, with a lovely mixture of cables, and then the chevrons of the pearls here. So Fizz, maybe Irene could do you something. Oh, I'm all tangled up. But that's what I love about our Knit and Natters. Just this magazine that you're flicking through that someone's been using 2 odd years ago, and you find something and you go, wow. So there you go. And we've got a shop sample, and I've got a new vest top too. And I'm wearing it against my skin, and it's not in the slightest bit itchy. I know we all have different feelings of wool and tolerances of that scratchy, itchy feeling. So no shade there to people who find it a bit more itchy, but it's not at all. So there we go. But yeah, so I was talking about the talent. So this is Irene, the talent. And we're all at different stages, aren't we, of our knitting or crochet journey. But the knit natterers at the shop are fabulous. They underpin the shop. Without them, the shop is completely different. Linda's here, Jimbo's here, Lynn, who are watching live. It's just, you see them weekly. You can't, and I've said this before, the importance of that weekly meetup, you can't put a price on that. And people, their diaries are, they've got the dentist on a Friday morning, and Jenny will be like, oh, no, I can't go then. I've got knit and natter. I'm not missing one of my sessions. So I love it. Yeah. Yeah. And Fizz, that's a lovely message. Yes. Well done, knit and natterers. Right. I'm just having a quick look. Hey, Patrick. Lots of work. Just photographed them all. Oh, I know. But there was something nice about that, Patrick, because one afternoon at the shop when it was really quiet, I was in the window and I'd got the tripod set up, the knit natterers had their coffee, and I was just there putting them in, click, shaking, putting them in, click. There was just something nice about that. Again, that's maybe the teacher in me, because you know you're about to be celebrating awesome work, and that's what we do here. Fame at last. Love it. Lois. Hey, Lois. Margaret and I made some squares. But we forgot to send them to you. Now we have to make a load more. So you do so. Well, to be fair, you don't have to make that many, because you could do a 5, a 7, and just do that. And then you could have a little cone-shaped one that would be like that. And I'm glad you messaged, Lois, because I hadn't heard from you. So I was getting a bit worried that, Lois and Margaret don't watch me anymore. Our big fans from London. So that's made me feel good. Yeah, we'll skip that bit then. But then look, straight after, yes, it will. They'll do some tweaks. Tweaks, even. Anna says, Knitting Magazine is the one I pick up too. The patterns are absolutely here. I have an old one from 2008 with a favourite cable car. See, this is what I like about those magazines. And I know there are lots of them about, so you do sometimes have to go, is there anything in that one or not? But once you find some gems, it's lovely to have. It is a very, yes, well, that's also why I chose it, really. Knowing there was a bit of planning there going on, for once. Right, shall we see the squares from people around the UK? This is also what made just my heart burst, because as they came through, you had all done notes in them, and those notes I've put up on the window round the side, because people have been saying, I've found you on YouTube, here's my square, I'm who was it, Bev, I'm a crochet and knitter gran from North East Yorkshire, and it's like, that's lovely, it's just nice to know. And I know I'm running on a bit already, but that is the wonder of YouTube, isn't it? You find your creator that you like, and it's better than any TV, as in normal TV, and it's better than perhaps what an older generation used to do with putting the radio on in the background for company. I just love it. We've been spending a lot of evenings watching a couple of hikers, because I love hiking. Me and my other half love hiking. And we've now found a couple of hikers who take their cameras round, and it literally is just him talking to the camera as he hikes up Fairfield Horseshoe in the Lake District or somewhere. Or there's a couple of, I think they're Swedish guys who make random log cabins. There's one in Minnesota who I love. What's his name? And he goes round with his dog, and I love it. And now I'm up to date, and I'm like, when's your next video coming out? It's like that with YouTube. You're coming home, skipping mainstream telly, putting YouTube on to see if there's a new upload, And so it can feel like company, because you may be in a part of the world where you don't have knitting and sewing friends to have that game of wool banter with, that chat with, of like, "Oh, did you think he went home? Did you think that was right? Why did you, who did you think?" Or it could just be company in the evening, because you may not have many people around you. And that's the power of YouTube. And that also is the power of our little audience. I don't care about the 10,000 subscribers. For the moment, whoever's here watching is our community. And I am honoured that many of you keep coming back to watch live. And also, let's not forget you at home who's watching on catch up too. You're never forgotten. You always comment in the chat too. Jane watches all the time from, what are those mountains in New York? Adirondacks. Thank you, Fizz. She's always watching on catch up. And I really value that, that people want to do that. So there we go. Right. Here's my list as the male people came through with their squares. I wrote them all down and I was very strict. Right, got to make sure we remember each one and film them. So here coming up now are all the squares sent in by people from all around the UK. I have been singing that song all weekend. It's a magic holiday. Fabulous, hey? Karen, yeah, sorry, I got a bit excited. Saturday, I was happily sewing yours up. And it's like, oh, I've not taken a picture of them because some came in after, obviously, I did all that batch photography. But how wonderful, hey? Whilst that was playing, we were, Fizz is beavering away looking through Pat Mancini's patterns. Have you found a couple that you like already, Fizz? Yeah, 3. I think she's put the link in the chat. See, this is what I like. You find new designers that you've never heard of. She's prolific, but sometimes Ravelry can just. It's the clever algorithm, isn't it? Of course, it's going to show us what everyone's looking at or the clicks or what it thinks we want to see. Never come across her at all. So now come across now know a new designer, and I'm like, oh, I'll go do another one of these. And looking through Whitney, difference between a vest and a tank top. I don't know what, I think it's cultural as well, or what's the word for locational? Old school UK, maybe, would you say 70s, 80s? We would call these tank tops. I don't know whether that's completely British or whether it comes from somewhere else. A vest, I think Americans, you would call this a vest, wouldn't you? Whereas in the UK, classically the vest is the white, almost gym top that would go under your shirt. Maybe in the 30s and 40s and 50s, you would have your white vest top. Then you'd have your white shirt over the top. Oh, it has a, yes, it does. The vest, I think that was late 80s, early 90s. It got the nickname. Was it from that? I don't know. Was it from a film? I think it was from a film, Fizz, wasn't it? Very famous film. That the white vest top, like the gym top, got its bad name. But there we are. Hannah says, knit. Oh no, I've done that one. There was another one. I was looking at yours, Hannah. Was it the binging on Christmas food? No, it wasn't that one. Hannah is a kind of like a British version of Roxanne Richardson. Yes, loads of tutorials. And I think in my early days of coming into YouTube, Hannah, I came across you. And I think I was looking at the Grocery Girls, and as you do, you're then Googling, and you came up. So there, go check out Hannah's videos. Say again, Fizz. Oh, was it? Was that film? Ah, The Streetcar Named Desire. That's where the white, yes. Karen says, I love the star. Aren't they so good, the stars? It just makes it. So thank you, Emma, for that. The big star should have gone on the top of the tree, but I got a bit carried away with my chicken wire. Because James, he's James, our maker of wooden things. He's a tech teacher, so he made it to exactly the height so you could put a star on top. But when I then covered it with chicken wire, I was like, ooh, it's almost to the top. So you can literally, between the ceiling and the top of the tree is like about an inch. But anyway, are you ready to see the final tree? I have chosen some beautiful music. It might make you a bit tearful, so you might need some tissues. I find it really emotional, beautiful emotional, and that's the power of music, isn't it? So everything's sewn together. I hope you can spot your square. I've tried filming when it was in the window round and getting some sweeping angles. But if not, I'm hoping that you've seen your square anyway in the individual ones. But here is just the finished tree in the window. And I am absolutely thrilled with it. So let's go to it. It's about 2 minutes, that's all. But this is the Winter Window Wonderland 2025. Well, there we go. Utterly magnificent, everyone. I want you to do, can we do a high 10 for the whole of our community? You're there live, right? Get your hands ready. Put your knitting down. Right, come on, Jimbo, put your knitting down now. Jenny, Anthony, McFly, Dinky Craft, Jen, Puppers, Linda, Daniel, Janina, Diane. Come on, everyone. Let's get your hands ready, and I'll count down from 3, and we're going to do a high 10 to everyone that's done a square. 3, 2, 1. Get in there. Wonderful. How simple, yet how amazingly effective. Just love it. And I'm so proud of it because I didn't know it was going to work. And as I say, Saturday had a slight meltdown. But the dressing comes cool, isn't it? You dress it on Wednesday and Thursday, and then you put the lights on, and it's just like wonderful. And then reading your messages, and then that little message that I put there, it's so important. Community doesn't matter how many people take part, it's just taking part, and we love it. And the window has just become another thing that underpins the shop, our little make-alongs, because they're doable, aren't they? I hope they are. Certainly we've learned from the chickens, but fun enough to get involved, but not too overwhelming that you then go, oh, I can't keep up, or I can't do it. And I just love it. And it's those squares. There was no planning. I suppose I did want to make sure that the UK ones were seen more as I was putting it together, but otherwise we would just. You know what creativity's like? And this is what I suppose I miss about the classroom when doing drama and theatre and the rehearsals, is that, it gives me goosebumps thinking about it, is that ability to be in a creative moment and not worry about anything else. There was no tech, there was no nothing. Saturday, we were beavering around. Jimbo was unpicking stuff because I'd put some stuff in the wrong place. And we were just there in the moment. And Annabelle was sewing around, and she was doing her sewing up, and I was doing my sewing up. And then I'd put that there. There was no thinking. It was in the moment creativity. And there is something quite powerful about that, and special about that. And yes. So yeah, that's enough of me chatting away. Look at the wonderful chat. See, look at that. So lovely messages. We will do something with them. What, I don't know, because they're all higgledy-piggledy sewn together, so I don't think we can put it into a blanket and give to anyone. Hannah, the variations of white, it doesn't it? Because at first we thought that the off-white might sort of clash a bit, but it really did just give it some, as you say, give a shade and light alongside the stitches and texture. And isn't the texture just wonderful? I can't. I'd love to get them all on screen, but I'll just be forever going through. It is wonderful. Yeah. Thank you for all your lovely words. Well, thank you for making them. So, do you want to be a part of the big one? Because I think Linda here and Jenny were already going, what's next? Is it what we're going to do? Valentine's? Like, oh, Valentine's. Yeah, well, we'll come back in January. Valentine's is February. There'll be no time to even tell anyone what to make. So I was thinking, what can we do? What can we do? Puppers. I just bet the people in town absolutely they do, and I'm not kidding about this. They do. And do you know what's nice, Puppers, is that this still blows me away. They come into the shop. And there'll be many people that knitting and crafting isn't from them, and they don't buy from me. But you know what? They take time to come into the shop and go, can I just say your window display is lovely? And that then just makes your heart burst even more, because it's like someone has just stopped to actually compliment. And you know what us adults are like? We're perhaps not very good at complimenting enough, do we? Because then we feel awkward on how to accept a compliment, but they do. And that's when I just know how important that shop window is. there is a little bit of pressure there because they're already now saying, what's your next one? What's your next one? But that's lovely because then that creates discussion and that creates community links. I have a dear, lovely gentleman, another James. In fact, we've got lots of James here, and Fizz has just said Kiwi James is in the house. Most people called James are quite talented. I love it. I have a lovely senior gentleman. We were chatting today, actually, because I said that in January I'm 50. I'm celebrating my 50th year. I don't do anything. We might do a 50th birthday Fizz live. That's probably how we'll celebrate. I don't do presents or things like that. But I told him, I said, oh, January I'm 50. He says, oh, do you know how old I am? And I was like, oh, you're like 74. And he went, I'm 83. It's like, oh, no way. And he walks past the shop every day. So we're walking past the shop since I've been there with his dear beloved Coco, little dog, who sadly passed away a couple of weeks ago. But he still walks past. And he comes in and we have our chat. He mostly takes the mick. I try and give good back, but he came in and said, oh, it's brilliant. He says it's not my favourite window because I loved the Marilyn Monroe window when we had the cushions made by Colin in. He goes, but it's my second best. And then we have a chat and then I say bye and then he goes off again. But when he came in to say, oh, it's very good, because he came in on Saturday when I was having a meltdown. But those conversations are just lovely. Yes, so yeah, we were talking about that, and then the locals, they do enjoy it, absolutely. Hey, good. Well, it's because you discovered us from Game of Wool, didn't you? With an exceptional comment, a designer. I have no idea what's going on, but you're very welcome. We have been showing off the window display of my shop because I know you've watched me on Game of Wool, but do you know, Fizz, we've got to do this perhaps for the new year. We need to do more shop stuff. I do actually have a shop, and the whole point of YouTube really was to perhaps try and sell products and sell the shop, but we've sort of gone off in a different direction. But we were just celebrating the window display and having everyone's makes in there. We could do a Selly Telly for the new year, or actually just have me at the shop a bit more. That might help, rather than here in the studio at home. Jimmy's in. Hey, Jimmy, good to see you. You're going to have to do a summertime lavender and blue. That would be lovely. Anyway, we were talking about the window, right? Here we go. Let's go to, where is my? I thought I did a scene for that. I think, is it? No, don't know where it is. No, I thought I had a slide for the window. No, we didn't do a tech, did we, Fizz? Because we're midweek. I miss my chats with Fizz when we just go through the whole show and go, right, this slide works, this video works, this sound works. Anyway. Guess the window. Fizz knows. So we're not going to do Easter, and we're not going to do Valentine's Day, but we will do football because it's the World Cup. And I just thought, oh, it's got to be the World Cup, hasn't it? Again, I'm not a football fan. I'm absolutely rubbish at it. At school, even though I was tall and was great at basketball and I was on the basketball team and I was always, if not the first to be picked or the captain, I was absolutely rubbish at football. My brother was far superior, as was my father. But because I'm all legs, aren't I? So all I could do was run around. The best bit, I was put on defence, but I was that one that was picked last. Oh, God. Those memories are sweeping back. Because no one would want tall, lanky Stuart on their football team. because I couldn't do anything. I'd kick the ball and it might go in the wrong direction. But football suddenly reminded me of the chickens for the Olympics. So last year we did the Olympics and we did the Olympi hen, or as everyone else will know, it's called the emotional support chicken. And I got, I don't think I can get it quickly. I was wondering whether I could find, no, wondering if I could find a picture of one. But we had the emotional support chicken, and it's what kind of sparked the whole make-along window displays, because we asked you to make a chicken, but to choose a nation that was going to compete in the Olympics and then reflect that nation's flag in how you made the chicken, as in design, because the emotional support chicken is a pattern, but how would you reflect it? Oh, and the skills of crochet and knitting, of how you put the flag colours, where you put them. Did you put them on the wing? Did you put them on the neck? We had some phenomenal ones. I'm sure if you search back through the channel, you'll see the video of the Olympi hen. So I thought, well, it's got to be football, hasn't it? So this is where we now need your ideas, people. So it's going to be the World Cup. Okay. Pop them in the chat if you've got some ideas, because what could it be that we're going to ask everyone to knit or crochet? There are 32 nations, so we might have some doubles, doesn't matter, but there are 32 nations to then reflect those nations' flags. It's set in America and South America, Mexico, and Canada. So we've got 3, what do we call them, home nations. And I have to say, 3 very cute mascots. Fizz will put the link in. There's a cool film that... a cool animation feature of these 3 mascots. We've got... oh, I can't remember the names. Where is it? Mabel Moose. I love it. Who was it? Zayu the Jaguar, and Clutch the Bald Eagle. And there's a beautiful animation. Love how it's been designed. So maybe we could have some of you talented people make our own moose, Mabel. Who? Maple. Oh, of course, maple, because it's Canada. Yes, maple syrup. Maple... Yeah, not Mabel. That doesn't work, does it? But anyway, so ideas. It doesn't have to be a chicken. We've been there, done that with the chicken. Could it be football orientated? So my only idea so far is scarves. You know, the classic football scarf. You know, the days of going like this as you support. So we could have a whole window of scarves. Also, scarves might be easier to post because they could be flat. I know many of you, Whitney, would you believe when we did the chickens last year, many of you posted your chickens stuffed. Because we were offering to stuff them so you could send them to us flat. But Whitney, people were sending. But with more time, we'll get it sorted. But the hive mind of you all is so powerful. You can think of different things. So that's why I said, right, let's have a little chat now about what we could do. Because someone might put in an idea that just goes, oh, yes. Because before we came up with the term Olympi hen, we were just using emotional support chickens and putting the flags on them. But Emmy, can you remember Emmy? She's a big supporter up in Minnesota. She crocheted 3 of them, and she was the one that came up with the name because she put a little tag round one of them. I think it was the Greek one with a funny name, and called him the Olympi hen. And then look at that. Out of that, we now have a whole brand. The Olympi hen was born. So let's see. Let's go to the chat. I'm going to shut up talking and do a bit of read. When is it? Good point. It's June. So this is why I think we'll start pretty much in the new year, because you want February, March, April. You want 3 months to make it, if it is something perhaps substantial, or, you know, a month to come up with the idea, and then a month to knit it, and then a month to send it. So then we can have our shop window pretty much, is it for the whole of June? I think it's the whole of June and whole of July. Double check that. Yes, we could. So Fizz is already designing the form. So there'll be a form where you can submit and choose your nation. So if you're starting to get ideas, don't go too quick just yet. Let's have a look at the chat. Right, rewind. I know. Yes, way. Right, flag coloured feet. Oh, what, like football boots feet? Hannah says you could knit comfort blankets for all the football fans who can't. Yes, I know, because there's issues, isn't there? And costs as well. I was looking at that. I know. I absolutely feel for you there. There are here in the UK, well, I presume everywhere actually, but I know here we've got bad memories of PE, cold, outside. Kiwi James, football, but in New Zealand we get more excited about the Rugby World Cup. Oh, well, maybe we could tie it in. Well done, Fizz. She's put the link in there already about the Olympic chickens. Squares or triangles to make footballs? Ooh. Hexagons. How many hexagons would you make to make a football? There'd be a lot of sewing up though. But if everyone made a hexagon, maybe. Little teddies would. Yes, I like the idea. I'm not very good with little knits. That might put me off though, Jen. Football-shaped bauble. Ooh. Okay, see, this is it. This is why we ask. Is there where is it this year? And hello, Victoria. Lovely to have you joining us. Well, why not? Have a look. Anything that we can just start whetting our taste buds with. Diane, I'm Canadian. Maybe I can knit the Canadian mascot. You've got it. Right. That's backseat already. Maple, the moose, Canadian mascot. That could be, yes, because it'd be nice to have the three mascots in the window too, wouldn't it? Have a clutch mascot. Yes, absolutely. Football in the flag colours. Football. Yes, we need. We're on the hunt of an easy football pattern. We could have a mascots for each team. Victoria, one of the lads who plays bowls in pairs with my uncle in Scotland is on. No way, on the final five list to play bowls. Wow. I was always rubbish at bowls. I used to go with my granddad. I think it was all maths, of just knowing that whole way. Oh, dear. You see, yes, that's my only idea at the moment, scarves. Then I thought football kit, trying to work out balance between. There's nothing worse than doing a make-along when the pattern is just too complicated, because then you just give up with it. So we want it to be easy to do. Hello, Molly. Lovely to have new people coming in. Hi from Sydney, Australia. What about little... Now, that's a very good idea. Like the little... the little cute ones. Yes. I haven't got my iPad, so I could draw it. Like where the arms come out like that. Actually, does that not exist already as a pattern? There's probably patterns, because people don't they do them for like the ugly sweater for the Christmas, for your baubles. Mini amigurumi footballers in the national strips or little foot. Yes, yeah. Bunting. Little football jerseys as the bunting. Yes. Then, actually, right, yes, this might be the official idea, everyone. Because then we don't have to worry about having duplicates. Because we could have like almost the 11, the football team. If we have 8 Americas, then we've got our, our little 4-4-3 formation going. Oh, we could have a football too. Yes, I think we might be there. The jerseys, yes, yeah, and oh, well, we could have a selection. People can they could choose. For England supporters, crocheted handkerchiefs. I thought you were going to go for the handkerchiefs where you put the knots in. Oh dear. Because we're forever going to be hearing It's Coming Home, It's Coming Home. They play that song to death, don't they? Hey, honey kid, welcome new people. I hope you're enjoying watching. Hi from Minnesota. Hello, yes. I was just talking about Minnesota, actually, honey kid, because I watch this lovely bloke who goes round, who's from Minnesota. I've fallen in love with Lake Superior, and I now want to go and see it. I didn't realise how big it was. I said to Fizz, I'd never really realised how big America is. When I realised you could probably fit the whole of UK in Lake Superior, and it's like, oh, that is mind blowing. But he goes round and he does walks, and he stays in these little cabins, these they're not called cabins in America. They've got a funny name, and he takes his camera with him. But yeah, he's your way, and I'm now falling in love with Minnesota. Patrick, for the ball, we would need 12 pentagons and 20 hexagons. Righto, okay. Isn't it the best brainstorming session? This is what I'm saying. It's creativity in the moment. We're just oozing ideas. Could your local crafter make a giant football? Then we could submit mini sweaters in various colours of the countries. Yes, I think that might be it now. The mini sweaters, because that could just fit in a little envelope, couldn't it? I think how cute they would be. Oh, I think it's brilliant. Love it. What about crochet Oscars for the? It's just a good idea for a little competition, isn't it? We could do a little sweepstake rather than a sweepstake for who's going to win. For the best fake injuries. Oh, brilliant. Love it. Is it again? I felt like it was in Glasgow 4 years ago. Oh dear. Karen, I can see a set of goalposts filled with lots of balls in the colours. Lovely. Now, actually, Karen, I will admit to what was one of my ideas, and a certain age bracket in the live chat might know this. I was thinking of Subbuteo. I used to play that as a kid, and I was thinking maybe a football pitch tilted with 2 goals. And then my first idea was that we would have the goal post, the netting. Maybe that's done in the nation of your choice. And then when we get to the final or the semi-final, you could change the goal post netting for whichever team is playing. But yes, I like that. Fizz is writing all these ideas down as we speak. Jimmy, you could do something like the Arnie and Carlos Christmas ornaments pattern. I'm sure there's a cheap one. Just have people. Yes, they've done it as a. It's like a flat, isn't it? And it doesn't have to be real, does it? It doesn't have to be an actual jersey. No, it could just be that shape. Oh, did you? Oh, Fizz has just had. Oh, net red card. Brilliant. Absolutely. I love it. I like that idea. Sweaters, football. Yes. Fizz just said we're going to get someone to knit the grass and the white stripes. Well, why not? The whole pitch could be. We've got time, haven't we? Oh, all right, Puppers, have jerseys of the teams and change window. Yes. So will we get to like the last 8 and then the last 4? Oh, it'll be really. Oh, it will be. Oh, yes, like a. Oh, what do you call it? Like an interactive window display. Oh, was it Birmingham? God, blimey, time goes so quick, doesn't it? Victoria says, it's because Australia worked out it would be 250 million. Oh, is that why? So they were fined 100 million. Ah. No one wants to do it, do they? Is that the same with the Olympics? Don't think anyone wants to do it, do they? Okay. I love it. Oh, yes. That's perfect texture. Get one of those guns. Love it. Brilliant. You lot are fabulous. So there we are. So put that in your creative diaries that over February, March and April we'll be doing something football orientated. We could have bunting outside still, couldn't we? So yes, we will fine tune that over the Christmas break. Right, let's finish off. As Fizz just says, let's go from a plethora of sport colours to Pantone's colour of the year, which is white. Oh, there's the slide. Look at that, Fizz. That's why we tech. See, my slide thing says Pantone colour of the year, so I clicked on that. And now it says big because I should have been writing these down with my pad. Right, so Pantone colour of the year slide. Where's that gone then? All right, just have a little sip of your sherry because it's the Christmas period. Or what else? Have you got a snowball? I reckon Lois and Margaret, they've got a snowball on the go. Oh, but in America, it's yes, yeah. What time is it with you, Fizz? 1:15. Yeah, you've got a cup of coffee, haven't you? You wouldn't be having anything alcohol. Right, I'm trying to find Pantone colour of the year. Here we go. Let's try that again. So going from a plethora of football colours and flags and nations and everything to Pantone's colour of the year. Cloud Dancer. There we go. That's the slide. What do we think? As some of you, is it like Game of Wool? Are you like, you love it or you loathe it? Pantone, they do this every year towards, because we've been doing it on our Woolpatch show. Every time we do a Christmas show, we're always talking about Pantone colour of the year. Let us know your thoughts in the chat. Keep it clean, please. It's called Cloud Dance. If you want me to show you, previous years have been amazing. So last year was Mocha Mousse. 2024 was Peach Fuzz, or Peach Fizz, as I always, especially after Producer Fizz. And then Viva Magenta, you see. Pantone were down that red route before it became on trend. They set the way ahead. Then we go back to Very Perry. Then 25, 24, 23, 21 was controversial because they actually split it between two colours, didn't they? The yellow and the grey. And that is about right because it was a very big thing even before 2020, yellow and grey, because I went with the yellow and grey route for the shop in 2016. But yes, so there we are. And they say, where is it? Pantone colour of the year. Let's get rid of that. Previous years. They say the Pantone Colour of the Year 2026 Cloud Dancer is a key structural colour whose versatility provides scaffolding for the colour spectrum. It's a nice arty way of saying it makes any colour pop, allowing all colours to shine. Yeah. In a world where colour has become synonymous with personal expression, this is a shade that can adapt, harmonise and create contrast, bringing a feeling of airy lightness to all product applications and environments, whether making a standalone statement or combined with other hues. And I'll show you some palettes that they have. This one is called Powdered Pastels. Look at that. Lemon icing, nimbus cloud, raindrops on roses. Nimbus cloud is, yes, it's that. The grey still is very much in, isn't it? But you put Cloud Dancer with Nimbus Cloud and it is, I think. The Almost Aqua is the interesting one. Like, it looks more like a khaki to me. Yeah, absolutely. Sage green, which actually is very trendy. A lot of the yarns are coming in that colour too. And then you have light and shadow. So there's Cloud Dancer at the top, Veiled Vista, Baltic Sea, Golden Mist. Kiwi James, you're not going to write any message there about that one. What you were like, you and Jimbo when you get together. Quiet Violet. You try saying that after a couple of sherries. He's working, I think, Fizz. Kiwi James is working. He's in his shop. Is he in his shop? Hang on. No, yes, he is in his shop because he's over in Auckland, New Zealand. Cloud cover. He did say hello to you, Fizz. He did it. You have to scroll up. I think he did it in another language, though, I think. I did see it, though. There was something there for you. Hematite and Blue Fusion. Right, come on. I'm going to scroll down to the chat to see what you've written. Rubbish. At least... Oh, dear. Not a fan. I like that. Billowy. Should I do what influencers do? A serene, lofty, and billowy off-white or natural white. Who knows, Daniel? Who knows? Oh, hey, Sharon. More new people. Welcome along. Where have you found us, may I ask, Sharon? From Game of Wool or just because it popped up on live? It's okay. Looks like a soft white, better. Yes, it is from that point of view. Which, in fact, of course, it will make any colour pop, won't it? There's been a lot of controversy over the coming Pantone. Yes. Almost like the controversy of Game of Wool. Ooh, I tell you what, if you go on YouTube. Whew. I think white is lovely, but it gets stained. Yes. Yeah, I've got a couple of white vest tops, and you can only wear them once, can't you? Before you spill your spag bowl. Jimmy, not a fan. My 2026 colour of the year has to be light purple. Good. You're not joking there, are you? The light purple from your top, your your SH top. You chose Quiet Violet, actually, didn't you? Looking at those colours there. Go and look at Jimmy's Instagram. Jimmy does knitting. Scroll down. I thought you were going to say, Jimmy, my 2026 colour has to be black. Oh, dear. Hannah says, Almost Aqua is Wool and the Gang eucalyptus. Oh, yeah. Yep, get that. I'm using Mother of Pearl yarn at the moment, which is a touch of oatmeal tone instead of cloud. I like blue fusion. Yes. Yes, it's sort of a blue verging on peacock or petrol. No, not us, that's for sure. There'll be some huge thinking, I'm sure. Not much into Cloud Dancer. I go for the saturated colours, and in yarn, it definitely sells. The saturated ones fly out the window. Oh, I don't know. Should we ask him? Fizz has just said, Patrick, how did you get on with your Stephen West make along? Did you finish it? Wonderful. Yeah. See, I prefer saturated colours too. Oh, Emmy, just talking about you. Good to have your company. I was saying about how were you here? But if not, I was just saying how you came up and you cleverly coined from your Olympihen, your Greek Olympihen, you coined the term. That's down to you and your creativity. Pantone kills me, says Emmy. I feel as if they have run out of colours. Oh dear, they probably saved a lot of money then, didn't they? Maybe it was the work experience student. Oh, how about white? And they all went, why not? Or white not? Oh dear. Patrick says, Fizz, I didn't do the MCAL this year. I've been wrapping it. Oh, excited. Look forward to it. Nice. Okay, let's finish off with Game of Wool. It has divided the nation. Is that right? No, it's probably 80 to... It's... Oh, yes. Oh, well, no, I think I've left it downstairs, Fizz. Sorry. Fizz is just saying, we can't finish with Game of Wool. You've got to talk about your sweater. I've left it downstairs. It's coming on very well, though. That was when I decided to suddenly go, oh, I'm live in 25 minutes. I need to get a move on. Me and Lizzie have loved doing our Unravel shows. So it's the same as the Sewing Bee format. And then we put it into Unraveled. And that's because it was her original idea. Way back, I auditioned in this time last year, I auditioned for the Game of Wool. I would have been in London. Yes, I would have been in London for a day knitting like the clappers. And then, like January, February time, we just messaging because I think it was left over from the Sewing Bee, and then Lizzie just said, "Oh, you could do a show like Sewing Bee for the Game of Wool," and of course from there I just like, "Well, do you want to do it with me?" And it's like, boop, Game of Wool was born. Oh, Fizz, look at that! We magically changed to Christmas slide last year. Oh, I quite like the warmer red. Well, let's stick with that one because it goes, yeah. Well, I kept the white because obviously it was the white of the Christmas tree of this year. But yes, that looks more warmer. So that's how Unraveled was born. And we got excited about just doing the same format. But wasn't expecting the vitriol for it, but can understand. I do think there are two types of sort of negativity. There's the critical one that can appreciate the program and evaluate it, but still not like it. No problem about that at all. But then there's the YouTuber vitriol, which I think is perhaps jumping on the rage is bait bandwagon, which I've not really seen in the YouTube knitting world until Game of Wool come on, where people have made videos because they know it's going to get an awful lot of clicks and therefore an awful lot of views. Sharon, oh, you did. You found us from Game of Wool. Now, and you're in the US. We've been amazed at how many people in the US have been wanting to watch Game of Wool and have either watched it through clever technical forms or have been watching it vicariously through us. Great to have your company. Thank you for joining us. We like to think we're in the positive world of YouTube. McFly, Game of Wool, it is. It absolutely is. Yeah, I know, all you. The moaning Game of Wool voices are just, yes, yeah. And of course, we know how social media works. Because of those clicks, YouTube will be going, oh, people are watching this. We need to push this out to more people. And those shows will then, sadly, do get promoted more. Football boot. And the slippers. What? You're chucking the slippers at Game of Wool. Yes, I think many people do. They are all so clever. He was near me at the audition. In fact, I walked home with him to get the train as we left, and I was puttering about my hands and how much I've knitted. Sharp Bunny, lovely to have your company. I've not gone there, and I'm not going there. Ting gives me all the background on Facebook. I can imagine it's horrible, which is why I don't go there, because it will just be vitriol. Honey, I found you from Game of Wool too, and love that your feedback is good. Oh, thank you. Well, the thing is, we all want to discuss, don't we? We all like talking about it, and it is like those water cooler moments. Or I remember as a kid going back to school after watching a great episode of Blackadder or something, and you wanted to talk about it. I also remembered, and this is partly why I wanted to do the sewing bee, I remembered my dad and my brother talking so much about football. They'd watch the football match, okay? And they would always be talking through the football match. Oh, why is he doing that? Why is he not playing up there? What's the manager doing? Get him off. He should have been substituted ages ago. And then after match, when you have the pundits analysing, that didn't go well. Oh, he should have done this. This strategy wasn't great. And my brother and my dad would be doing this for at least an hour afterwards. And we'd all be in the living room. My mum, bless her, she won't mind me saying this, she'd be half asleep because she'd made the tea, she would have done the ironing and everything. But Dad would be there just watching with my brother. And I'd be sat, well, of course we didn't have phones then, did we? I might have been drawing probably. But I kind of was envious of this amazing chat analysis. And I would just listen to them. I could listen to them talk for ages, and they would do. And you get my dad's opinion, and my brother would either agree with it at times or not. And then would that agree with the pundits or not? And there was this just wonderful level of analysis. And yes, of course, with my dad, there might have been a few swear words at some point. But there was just this love of the sport and this engagement of it. And I never really had that. And that's where I thought, actually, when we do this with the sewing bee, that is what I want. We've got a craft, and I've got people who I want to talk about it with and analyse it with and hear those conversations. So yes, discussions are really important, and actually having opinions is really important, because that's the light and shade, isn't it? It's what makes discussions really good. It's what makes you look forward. Oh, I've got to see him tomorrow. We can have our football chat or our Blackadder chat and of what bits we liked, and oh, you didn't like that, why not? So I always knew, therefore, for Sewing Bee, that was our chance to do that. And also with YouTube, many of you don't have that. You don't have those friends. You don't have sewing friends, or you don't have knitting friends near. So I knew also YouTube could give that access. I was also very certain I wanted to do it in such a way where we then didn't breed a type of negativity in the comments. Obviously, I want discussion in the comments and colour and shade, but hopefully people can deliver that in a way where they're not just being horrible or rude. And maybe it's the teacher in me. We would, with the students, they would be assessed on their evaluative feedback. So we would always try and say, okay, we'll watch this performance. What worked well? Praise it first. What worked well? Let's talk about that, because you can learn so much from what went well. Because you'd be like, all right, if I've just watched a play and it succeeded because they had a great flashback, or they had a great use of split scene where they could tell two stories at once, and that worked well, then I'm like, do you know what? I'm going to make sure in my next play, I'm going to use a flashback, or I'm going to use a split scene effect. So it is a great way of learning, isn't it? So you don't necessarily have to be negative all the time, because you can point out the good things and learn from that. So it was just maybe the teacher and me coming through. And so that's why with Game of Wool, I thought, well, we'll just keep it the same, and have that. So embrace that discussion, because we don't want to agree with everything, because otherwise that would be really boring, wouldn't it? But hopefully breed a type of way of people discussing and evaluating in a fair, in a critical way, but it's also honest, but also doesn't hurt people. And I think there is an art to that, for sure. So getting constructive feedback is, yes, there is a skill to doing it, and I think we've got that people there that can watch and go, I don't actually agree with you there, Stuart, because what about this and this and this? And it's like, valid point, for sure. It was disappointing to see the rage in this community. I feel the responsibility as a knitting YouTuber to bring knitters. Yes, absolutely, yeah, and understand perhaps where that rage comes from, and go, I see that too. Have they called for... No, not yet. Not yet. Because if you think about it, they were advertising and auditioning this time last year. They filmed in February, March, edited it for November, December. So if they're going to go for that same window next year for Series 2 for November, December, then, well, they really should be auditioning already. I'm guessing if it gets Series 2... they're going to perhaps take rather... Oh, hang on. Fizz, go on. Yes. Yeah. Fizz was saying, was there a delay in the time for Sewing Bee? This year there was. They auditioned still, though, at the same point. I think there was a scheduling issue, which is why Sewing Bee got pushed to the summer this year. But if they want to keep the schedule next year for Game of Wool, which it does work well, doesn't it? Just before Christmas, they can't do it after January, really, because of the Pottery Throwdown. So if they want to keep for 2026, they really need to be filming in February, March. They're not auditioning yet. I don't think they'll ask for auditionees. I think they'll take from 2025 auditionees. They were probably clever, and they've probably got their first 10 for this season, so Holger and Lydia and co. And they've probably got their second 10 already done, ready for a second season if it gets commissioned. A little grace to let the show improve. Absolutely. Yes, maybe that they will with that extra time. Maybe if they don't get that slot. We'll see. Kiwi James. I was just serving a couple of customers in my shop while I have the live stream playing in the shop. So cool. On the top shop TV screen. And they said, is that guy talking about you? Yes. How weird is that? What great interaction. Yeah. Oh dear. Did they spend lots? Are they still there? Are you still watching? I hope you're spending lots. Oh dear. Victoria, yes, it's good having crafting people to talk over it with, like, I can't read now. It's getting late. We must finish. With like can do, yes, indeed, with your book friends, and you don't have that. Some people live alone. Some people don't get out as much. Some people just don't have knitting friends. I ain't got. What I'm thinking about locally. Yeah, it depends where your knitting friends are, doesn't it? Chris, you have knitted a tree. So what about we're knitting the World Cup? Wow. Are you offering? Oh dear. Um, okay. Hey, oh, Ginny's still here. I hope there is a second series. They could take the constructive criticism. Absolutely. Yes. Because we've given some constructive criticism. Like, I just want full frontal shots. Please give us that for everything that you film. Sometimes I'll get a full frontal shot, and then sometimes I'll get a close-up shot or a half-inch shot, and it's like, no, come on. Next time you do it, you make sure that's always on your list, a full frontal. And that's where we realise now, we may not have done at first, but how such a well-oiled machine the sewing bee is. They've got their spots to stand to sit on. They know we always have this close up. We know we always have the name that comes up. It twirls around on the mannequin, and then it cuts. And they've got space. I actually don't think there's much space in that yarn barn. The more the series has progressed, you look when they're doing the catwalk bit, they've got to move the settees out of the way again, haven't they? They're squeezing the cameras in there. There's probably not much space there at all. Whitney, we all love the people. They just need to learn to put together a little more creativity and meaningfully. Yeah. And Chinism, I've noticed UK reality shows are extremely nice and polite to each other. As an American, I would be insufferable with the borderline cocky. The show did inspire me to learn how to knit, and you've done it. Take a look. Is that what you are on Instagram? Just learn to knit, and you started off continental, but you've now gone to throwing. It's looking good to me, and you've got a whole audience here that will certainly help and support. Yes, and that is the difference between a lot of the UK style shows. Certainly Bake Off, Sewing Bee, there is no sort of monetary value. There's none of that tension stuff either. Though saying that, with the advert breaks with Game of Wool, there's a little bit there where they've done almost an Ice Road Truckers thing to keep us coming back after the break. Yes, it's got to be after 9 o'clock, of course. Well, there we are, 9:30. That's been a delight, an absolute pleasure. Really enjoyed your company, and we've got some ideas in the bag for 2026, haven't we? You still looking at patterns, Fizz? No? Oh, you're there. I can hear you now. The comments are brilliant, absolutely brilliant, and I hope you've enjoyed watching if you're watching on catch up. So let's talk about the. We've done that. We've done. Oh, I just want to do this before we do go. And they get a W by their name, the Woolpatch. And the Woolpatch changes colour. I've got to do new badges, haven't I? The Woolpatch W changes colour the longer you've been. If you've been a member for 2 years, you get the big yellow Woolpatch W. And I'm looking through the chat there, and how many yellowy ones have we got, Fizz? Quite a few. I started to count. Two, but when we scroll, but it's great. You don't have to do it all the time. Please if you've been doing it for 2 months and then things change, as core for life does change, please, there is never a problem when you just click unsubscribe and stop, because I know everyone's circumstances change. So please do not ever feel guilty for just stopping it. Some people have been doing it for 3 years, which is wonderful. And I tell you what, it helped us in the summer when people don't perhaps buy as much knitting wool, or they're not knitting or crocheting. It meant over the summer, I think there are a couple of times that the YouTube ad money that we get and from channel members paid a couple of bills that I have monthly at the shop, which is kind of what we were doing the whole Woolpatch thing for. It's just another revenue to help a yarn shop, because as I say, at certain times of the year it does literally people just stop knitting and crocheting, and there aren't many of us local yarn shops around. I hope we give you value, and it's not just about coming to my shop to buy yarn. I think I've said this all throughout tonight's show. Our yarn shop is way more than that, but what it should show is the power of retail, and that's where I hope we keep going, because you know the power of the shop. If the shop stops, the Knit and Natterers shop stop. They've got nowhere to go. So then you lose that community. And Linda here, who's hopefully still in the chat. You still here, Linda? Give us a shout if you are. I've seen Linda every Friday morning since 2016, since I started. Isn't that phenomenal? I've seen Linda every Friday morning. I've seen Linda more. She feels like my mum. I've seen her more than my mum. So it is really important. So read. Say again, Fizz. Oh yes, Monday fish and chips. I know, I need to do that more often. So retail is way more than just selling. And we have to retail shops have to find different ways to keep going. And for me, for retail to keep going, is to harness YouTube and to harness its community and to make money other than just selling. Because it is, and it's like that little bit at the end of my video, which I'm going to finish by playing that again, because where is it? I'll quickly find it actually. We were back here. Oh, we're back to the cold one. Yeah, back to me. You couldn't hear me either. Oh, was it muted? Oh, well, I was just reading what it said on the screen. But retail shops have to offer something extra to survive in this current day and age of the internet. And I'm hoping this is where using the internet is stopping being, we can't compete with the Amazons and all these internet companies. Well, actually we can, because we can do other things with the internet. We can do YouTube, and we can do events like this, lives, where we chat with you and we set up make-alongs, and then money comes through from YouTube as well as coming through from selling stock. So there we are. And what a year to finish with. I think we might have to do a year show, Fizz, not a pattern chart show. I think we might do something in betwixtmas, where we look back at 2025, and maybe we might even do it as a 10-year show as we look back and of what we've done over the last 10 years. Oh yes, and we're changing the way we're doing things. The top 10 charts, the weekly charts that we've been doing for the last 3 years. Every Sunday we've been doing those charts. Will come to an end. I think it's had its time, and also I think I need to stop taking Fizz's time up every Sunday morning of finding all those links. Fizz, it's been great you doing all that work for me for the last 3 years, but it will be nice too. Sometimes I go away on a Sunday and I completely forget to do the charts, and I come home and Fizz has said, I've done the screenshots for you, there you go. And I'm like, don't. I was like, yeah, maybe it's time to hang them up. So the last charts will happen next week, but I think might just do the charts on our monthly show. But other than that, We'll see you at some point over Christmas. I think we'll do a live show in that betwixtmas. And yeah, we don't want to see the ranunculus. I haven't seen the ranunculus in the charts for a long while, though. Have you? No. I hope you could join us at some point over the Christmas period, whenever we do our live. It might be that time when you forget what day it is and you've eaten far too much. But otherwise, here's to 2026 and being 50. And having a lovely year of all sorts of things to come. Cologne's booked, so we're going to go and have a look at the new yarns coming out and see what we do at the shop and what happens at the shop too. Because it's the last year at the shop. I've got to decide what's happening there too, whether I'm staying there or finding bigger premises. It's all going to be good 2026. It's been a pleasure having your company. I hope you'll join us on the next one. If you've been watching on catch up, hope you enjoyed it. It's a different show, isn't it? Loved it. And have a fabulous Christmas and a happy new year. And I don't know what I'm playing out with. Am I playing out with this one? I think so. It's been great. Did Lois and Margaret ever say what drink they were having? Probably. This is going to be a good one. I'm going to go and get a sherry and then go to bed to eat more cake, more sausage rolls, more mince pies tomorrow with the Thursday morning knitter natterers. Oh, you've got to love it, haven't you? Cheers, everyone. Thanks very much. Merry Christmas. Ta-ra.